Coach, what do you think you've learned about your team through this crazy series?
Well, I really like the way offensively we came out today and scored runs and continued to score them through the day. I also like that we got to see a couple of new guys on the mound that I feel like threw really well. Chandler Dawson and Will Armistead. I think they got a chance to help us, and that's the one thing that we've been lacking in the bullpen is that trust out of a complete staff down there. So we've got to, as we move forward to be good, we're going to have some other guys step up and help us, and I really liked what we saw out of those guys.
Talk about just how you saw things unfold after Wilks hits his home run in the first game.
Just with the benches and everything, I just think it was emotions, and I think Slade got a little crazy probably with the bat flip, and that's that's just the way people are going to react, and rightfully so. Nobody, the opposition doesn't want to be embarrassed, and these are 18 to 21-year-olds, and they play with a lot of emotion, and they're competitors, and certainly, and if you're something like that's going to, it's going to turn into something like that.
Were you surprised when they throw Wilks out?
No, because I really didn't know what happened. I mean, I was just kind of going on their word. I didn't see him throw the bat, nor did I see him push anybody like they said that it was. So I had nothing to go on. So they at that time they had thrown out their catcher and Wilks, and then between games they reviewed some video, and it showed that it wasn't Slade. I mean, Slade told me up in the locker room, said, "Coach, I didn't even say a word to anybody." And so I said, "Hey, I mean, I don't know what to tell you." And then I got word that they had suspended Bryce Fowler instead.
Did you know that they could do that? Like, according to the rules, like reverse and reverse?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, I'd never had that happen, but, I think they wanted to get it right.
Yeah.
And I guess if we were playing tomorrow instead of a doubleheader, they would have informed us after they watched it anyway. So I think they made the right call. I haven't seen any video, but I would assume that they did with it.
Now, when something like that happens, what's the first thing you try and do?
Well, just calm everybody down, because you don't want it, multiple suspensions and kids kicked out. And certainly you don't want any punches thrown and get to that extreme. A lot of times it gets to that pushing and shoving a little bit and a lot of talking, but you don't want it to get really bad, because then you start losing players. They start losing players, and that's not good for anybody. And it's multiple games. It's not one. Fighting is multiple games.
Did you think that carried over emotionally in a bad way or a good way into that second game?
For us? No, we challenged them to not get caught in the trap of, winning the series, and we had an opportunity to go out and sweep a series, and that's hard to do, and especially against a good club like Georgia Southern. And what you saw tonight, obviously they didn't go away and we didn't go away, and where we had the last shot at it, their blows were the half inning before, in all honesty. But I was really proud of the way our guys came out. I thought they competed in an attempt to try to sweep. I didn't think that they were content at all and laid down and were satisfied with just a series win.
Coach, Nico last week didn't have the best outing, and then this week continued not to have that good of an outing.
Yeah, kind of hitting a wall there in the third inning. I don't really know what the problem is there, but the walk certainly hurt him there. I think in that inning he had 2 walks and a couple of hits, and as a result, we end up giving up the 4 runs in that inning. So I don't know. That's the second week in a row. Oz and I will have a talk about that. I'm sure he and Nico will sit down and try to figure out what's going on. But the first 2 innings, and just like at Texas State, it did well. Had really no trouble. I don't know if it's a lack of focus or what it is coming out there in that third.
Could you speak on Tate Parker? I mean, he's seeing the ball really well, and he mentioned he tore his oblique in the middle.
I don't think he tore his oblique. If he tore his oblique, he wouldn't be able to swing. I think, there may be a strain there. Now, let me tell you something. Tate Parker's a tough rascal. Now, don't get me wrong there, but if somebody has a tore oblique, they can't hardly breathe, and they would not be able to swing. So I think he's probably got a strain in there, and for that, you have to credit him on the way he's swinging the bat. And maybe that's kind of, maybe he's not overswinging because of that, and he's putting good contact on it. You got him, you got Sarge, really proud of the weekend that he had. We need him to hit in that 4-hole. If we're going to be any good, he's got to occupy the 4-hole, and he's got to be able to do some damage there. And I like the way that his at-bats went. He took a lot of pitches that he's been chasing here of late, and played those advantage counts to his favor. So Blake Johnson had a really good day too. Dustin Dickerson swung the bat well. Etzel did in the first game. He had, I think, 3 hits in the first game. So it's encouraging to see the offense come along this weekend.
Coach, you're always saying you're looking for 9 tough guys to come and do their thing. Do you think Tate defines what you're looking for?
Oh yeah, no doubt. I think he's one of them for sure. So and I'm still looking for the 9 toughest, to be honest with you. So, but yeah, Tate Parker's one of those. He's country strong and gets after you.
I know you guys clinched the series, but it just seems like you lose that momentum when you drop the last one.
Yeah, I know. Well, it's like I told John on the air. Winning a series can be a combination of a couple things. You can, a lot of times you're 1-1, and you go out on a win on that third one, and everybody's happy. And then of course you win the first 2 and you go out on a loss, so it's kind of a downer. So I'm really proud of the way that we came out, won those first 2. They weren't easy to win. Those weren't easy wins by no means, and knew they weren't going to be. But we made the opportunity for ourselves there in Game 3, and we competed. And just at the end of the day, Georgia Southern just did a little more to get that win than we did.
Well, Ole Miss on the docket on Tuesday. Obviously, what their lineup brings, a little bit of confidence going into that game where the offense is starting to work a little bit to kind of counter that.
I hope so. I feel like that they should, for sure. I think they're taking pitches that they need to be taken, not swinging at for the most part. Where there was some chase, but obviously, when you have some run production like we did, and you have 14 hits or so, then you're getting advantage counts and you're putting good swings on it. So hopefully, that gets us kind of jump started this weekend.
In your eyes, how would you describe this series?
I thought we competed our butts off. I know we've been struggling the past couple of weeks, and proud of the team for coming out here and against a really good ball club. Man, they just swept South Al, and we came out last night and brought it to them, and then this morning brought it to them, and had a long day, and we fought to the last out.
Yeah, and now that things have kind of settled in, at the end of game number 1, in your eyes, what kind of happened at home plate with the catcher?
He pushed one of our guys, and I'm very passionate about how I play, and my brothers as well. So that wasn't okay with me. So I guess I kind of retaliated a little bit. But
do you know why he wanted to push like one of you
guys? I don't know. I think they're mad they gave up the lead. I don't know.
Do you think that just kind of the emotions of the ending in there kind of just maybe mentally exhausted you guys and heading into this second game?
No, not really. I thought we competed well. We just talked about in our meeting if we thought the doubleheader was going to get to us, and it absolutely did not. We could have easily swept them, and if I don't hit into a double play and I drive in an extra run in the 3rd or 4th or whatever inning that was, we win the game.
Yeah. What do you think these 2 games are going to help you with heading into Ole Miss?
Just like I said, we've been struggling, and I thought we competed great this weekend, and if we can continue to do that game by game, I think we'll be fine.
Got your second home run of the year in the first game. Came a lot quicker than the previous one. I'll talk about it.
Battled and got a 3-2 count, and put a good swing on an inside fastball, and got me a home run.
Why is it that you guys clinched the series, but it seems like if you lose that third one, it just takes the wind away?
Yeah, it feels like that because that's the most recent one on the brain, and that one probably stings the most when you got a 2-0 and you're trying to get that third win to sweep, but we just wasn't able to do it today.
Yeah, I've been seeing the ball pretty well in the series, 2 home runs. What's been your approach?
My approach is to stay within myself and just consistently get my swings off and swing at pitches I'm supposed to.
Can you talk about what happened in the end of the second game? I mean, just how you saw things unfold?
Yeah, so I hit the homer and never said anything to their dugout or anything, and then came around, touched home, and I was in the dugout, and then the whole scram started, whatever that was, I don't really know. And I'm being told I was thrown out, and I was just like, I didn't look at y'all, but it is what it is.
They did change it, though.
They did. I think they made the right call. So.
Did you know that they could change it like that after the fact?
I didn't. I had my clothes off. I was in street clothes.
Did it kind of make you feel like a scapegoat for the whole situation?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you think, though, I mean, almost every game, obviously this game's 2 runs, but one swing could have decided each game. I mean, do you think that moment was just kind of the tell of how back and forth this series was?
Yeah, this series was very back and forth. They're a very good ball club, and it was, war on both sides. And, we had a few more swings in the series than they did, but it was a really good series from both teams, I think.
What'd you kind of see on that home run in the first game? They took the lead.
I mean, that's their guy coming out the bullpen, left on left, match up for me. And, I knew he was going to stay with his slider. That's his best pitch. I mean, you look at percentages, so just wait on the pitch I could hit, and I handled it.
Where do you guys go from here? 3-3, I mean, there's been a lot of close games. It's just like, it just feels like you guys are close, but not quite there at the same time.
Yeah, we're close. We're a lot closer than we were 2 weeks ago to playing good baseball. I mean, we can taste it now, and we know what it looks like.
Yeah, Coach Bear is always saying that he's looking for 9 guys to go out there and compete, 9 guys to go out there and play hard. How have you guys responded to that, you think?
I mean, we got probably 5 guys off the bench who are constantly staying ready, and I mean, we feel confident when really any of those guys come into play. I mean, we have confidence in everyone. Like, you got Creek right there coming off the bench, hadn't swung in a little while, and he does his job, so I mean, we expect it.
Thanks, Slade.
Thank y'all.
Man, Tate just 4 hits today. You've been hitting the ball really well over the past few weeks. Just talk about your presence there and how you're feeling out there.
Yeah, my swing's feeling pretty good right now, but just keeping my aggressive approach, and things just always seem to pan out that way. I mean, just good at bats, keep piling on, and you just want to ride out the highs and just try to stay out of those slumps.
Yeah, even though you are hitting the ball very well, it seems that your lane's out in the lineup every single day. So what's kind of your approach there, knowing that maybe look at the lineup card, it's not there?
It's we got a complete team this year, and any guy on our roster can step in and fill in a void like at any time. So there's nothing like, you got to keep the mentals clear and just keep your mind off of that and just support your teammates at all costs.
How much more important does it make it for you to contribute knowing that?
Oh yeah, anytime I get to get in the game, just whatever the Lord blesses me with to do, that's a blessing. I mean, can't have it any other way.
Did this game kind of feel like junior college? Because you guys would come back with a doubleheader, and I know junior college games can get really intense. I mean, did this series kind of feel like that for you?
Yeah, me and a few guys were kind of making jokes about it, how like all the junior college guys are just used to days like this, and I actually tore my oblique in game 1 at the end of the game in left field, and played through it game 2. So just toughness is bred out of junior college, and we're blue collar here, and that just wasn't a problem.
Not this game you tore it.
No, I tore it.
Oh, back to you.
No. This game, the game before this.
Oh wow, how'd you do that?
And I tweaked it last swing last night, and when I was in left field today, game 1, dude hit a double, ran back and tore it, and I mean, it was pretty much in pain all game, so just played through it. It is what it is.
Today.
Hey, gotta be tough.
And a home run.
I have whatever the good Lord blesses me with, I'm thankful for it.
And how did you talk to the staff to kind of, keep you in this game and not pull you? What did you tell them?
Coach Creel, second at bat, I don't know if y'all saw, but Creel was putting in Pato, and I told him, don't take me out, I want this last at bat. And I got the hit and kind of just rolled from there. But
How did you, just from your perspective, how did you see things unfold at the end of that first game?
Game one, you know, it was, Storm came in and did his job. We competed the whole game and, came out with the win first game. And we did the same thing second game, you know, just things didn't go our way. JB's a great pitcher. Tip your hat to those guys. They're a great ball club, but
I met with Wilks and after the home run and all that.
Oh, yeah, that was wild. I don't know. You're always going to support your teammates and back them up. But
What did you see?
Slade, he hit the crap out of that ball, and then he got a little in the moment, you know, and things got a little pushy, shovey. But it's part of the game. You got to be tough.
Were you surprised to hear that they threw him out briefly?
Yeah, I was, because I knew that Slade was in the dugout at the time, and Fowler and Dickey were on the plate, and they were shoving. I ran up there, backed them up, and I was like, Slade's out, what? But
Is that how you found out that they can reverse a decision like that?
yeah, I didn't know it until I guess they checked replay or whatever and got turned over, but that was pretty odd. Just weird situation. But
Thank you, Tate.
awesome.
Thank you.